My project was challenging and amazing. I was really worried about how it would be to run Edge Animate. This program does a great job of showing how to use the program with the lessons and the videos that are available. The Edge Animate has great lessons for a person to learn how to use the program. And the lessons here shown on the screen are the ones I did use. They were very, very helpful. The videos and the clips that we got in the class also were very helpful, and they helped by just tweaking little things here and there, putting little wrinkles in the video to make it fabulous. Once I got through all the lessons, I felt like I was ready to begin, and the first thing I decided I really needed to do was to create my cell. I was trying to think, well, should I put this in 3D or should I not put it in 3D? And I thought it would probably be easier just to keep it in two-dimensional. So I just used the tools up here that we have up there in the corner and used the rectangle or the circular tool there and created my cell as it was in the first. When I first started doing this, I went and I decided that I wanted to put all of my parts in the cell. And I don't have all the parts just because of the plain simple fact it was hard to get all of the cells into that white screen. If Edge Animate kind of has one downfall, I think, it's that the white screen is just not big enough to put everything in there. And I understand why they probably have it smaller, just because you get too much animation, it would be hard to see. So I chose more of the important parts of the cell and used those in there, and I wanted to show how that all kind of fit together in the cell. And then the next part I decided was just finding the pictures. I did look onto Google, and I found pictures that didn't have copyright or copyright issues on them and that were free to use. I used Photoshop a little bit just to clean up some of the pictures and to get the main stuff that I wanted out of there. The next idea I wanted was to kind of have the cell move around a little bit and then have the organelles explode out of the cell. So as you see, when I put it into motion, you can see, and I'm doing it slow just so you can see the movement. When it goes fast, and I'll show you that later on, it goes, but I have the title moving, the organelles and the cell moving, and I also have them kind of starting to get smaller in size. And the reason I wanted to do that was just to kind of show like the cells going in and then giving it the explosion where it all kind of gets so small that everything kind of pops out of it. And you can see I have the text starting to come on. That was kind of a cool feature. You could keep the text at 0 and then move it up so that it comes up on there. And then you can see all in all it went 5 seconds and all of the stuff, the cells there, the nucleus, the endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, ribosomes, mitochondria, and cytoskeleton all fit on the screen nicely and come off of there. Then the next part that I was doing in my storyboard, I really wanted to show what each of these, what's the function of these organelles in the cell and what do they actually do, what's their description. So I had to go into figuring out how do I put a link sort of in here. And I went to the videos, and it's not really a link they called it, it's more of a function. That's why I don't like to mix up those two words. And so when you do that, you have to add the picture inside of a picture. So if I clicked on my nucleus here, as you can see, the screen goes a little bit dark and it's just highlighted around the nucleus. And in there, I have, if you look down at the bottom and you can see my arrow, I have the nucleus bio and the nucleus. Now, in there I can hit the display and I can turn that on. So when you click on the nucleus, after I run my show, you can see that this will pop up and it gives you the information about it. Now you have to kind of set it up as a open actions, and so the way that you do this is kind of neat. You hit in here and then you insert, and what I do is hide and show. And so I put it that I wanted to show. I put the nucleus, and I wanted to, if you clicked on the nucleus, I wanted it to show that nucleus bio. And then once you put that in there, you hit enter and it is good, or it shows up for you. Now what happens though when you do click it on, you want it, if it's on here, you want it to go away at some time so you can look at other parts. So then you got to do the opposite action. And so I had hide and show. I put hide in there. I put my nucleus, in there as that, and then it would hide the nucleus bio, and again you hit enter. So then when all of that's complete, you don't see those in there. And so if I hit command enter, when I hit my command return to show what's going to happen here, you can see, just takes a minute, decided to hold on a minute, let's try it again, command enter. You see the whole movement in the animations, and then the organelles popping out, and again there's the end of the 5 seconds. Now I can click on them, and then there pops up my functions and pops up the mitochondria, and then I can click again on the mitochondria bio and it goes away. Same with the ribosomes. The problem I did have is if you see kind of my cursor down here, you see this overlap here. I'm not sure why that happens. I tried to fix it so it wouldn't happen. I thought that I was doing something. I checked a lot of the stuff and I still didn't find out why exactly that was happening. So what I did to fix that problem, because the Golgi complex, if I had moved it down in here, it'd show the ribosomes and the text, and so this was on the background and you couldn't read it. But if I put it up top there, it seemed to have no problem, so I put it up there. It could have been the Edge Animate program, but it was probably something I did and I just couldn't find it. That was my project. I thought overall I did a pretty good job. I did have trouble uploading the program. I talked to the professor and we worked through it and we put it in Dropbox. I was also able to, if you see into publish, if you go into publish here, you do have the publish settings. You do have the option to make it into an iBook, and so I did try to do that. Right now I'm working with Apple in the iBook on getting it published, but as soon as I get that up, I will put that link up on the Writeup. It is pretty cool because you make a book and you can make it interactive at the same time. This was a great program to use. I really enjoyed using it. I did learn lots throughout, and I thought that I followed my storyboard and my project turned out rather well. Thank you for listening. Oh, and I got to show you one more thing. I show you my cute kids there. We just had family pictures, so I had to show that off. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.